Hello and welcome to another Punter's Guide Classic Trials in the week at Newmarket and more ahead at Newbury this weekend. Delighted as ever to say Jason Weaver's going to join us to preview the action here and up at Musselburgh as well. We kickstart at Newbury, Jason, with the John Porter. But the 1-2 from the Jeffrey Freer last season here, Illarab, and a horse I know you like, Max Vega.
Yeah, he probably should have done us a favour in the Ebor last year, shouldn't he? But he didn't get any daylight. I just worry that the ground is going to be a little bit lively for him. He's just better at changing gear with a slight ease in conditions, and that may sort of slow him down. I was at Doncaster when Raymond Tusk won, absolutely bolted in, didn't he? He was mightily impressive. And Illarab, you mentioned, just went through the grades nicely. However, Stowell, you remember him, the eye catcher on his racecourse debut. Jockey got a massive ban, comes out, wins, runs a cracker at Royal Ascot. He came an awful long way in a short space of time. He goes well fresh. Frankie Dettori's on board. I think that this lad, he sets off in Group 3 company. They'll be hoping for a very big season for him. He's the one with the most massive upside, Stowell.
Stowell then in the open. And then we move on to the Phillies Classic for the Fred Darling for the 1,000 guineas. And, well, what a day, what a week it's been for William Buick and Charlie Appleby. And they come here with Wild Beauty, your likely market leader.
Try to go round and round, find something that's got the potential, the size, everything to dominate, if you like, in the 3-year-old division. And it's very, very hard. I look back at Shara's win at Yarmouth, gave it away at the gate, came through, but possibly won a weak event. And she's only a mid-80s sort of rating at the moment, if you like. Jumbly did very, very well last year, but lots of these have got a mountain to climb if they're going to beat Wild Beauty. She's not the biggest. She's a little bit like me and you, a bit chunky, I would say. So she's going to get away with the early part of her 3-year-old career. When the bigger, stronger types come out towards the middle of the campaign, she'll get overlooked. But now she's very, very strong, Wild Beauty, and holds a clear form advantage.
Let's continue the great run then of William Buick and Charlie Apple. We move on to the Colts trial then for the 2,000 guineas, the Greenham. And we've got the Lagardère winner, a Group 1 winning 2-year-old Angel Blue, looking to set his stall out as a marker on the 2,000.
Yeah, this is a great little race, isn't it? Flaming Rib has switched across from Dascombe to Palmer. Gubbas looked really good when he won on racecourse debut. Lusail, I've heard Richard Hannon saying they think 7 is the absolute limit as far as he is concerned. He's one. He wants it fast. He wants really fast conditions to be absolutely at his best. And Perfect Power, Richard Fahey trying to stretch him out. Another top-level performer. Christophe Soumillon coming over for a couple of spins on the card at Newbury. All of these, I know some of them got good winning form early on. Angel Bleu, he took a few runs to start off. I think that Lusail is probably the one with the most physical progression out of these for a 3-year-old, but he wants really quick ground to be at his best. And you could do worse than have a little look at there being a major, major upset here. The Wizard of Eye ran over in that Group 1 in France and has got about 2.5 lengths to find with Angel Bleu. He's got a fitness edge. He's been to Riyadh, and I'm talking just a couple of lengths. He's got a massive chance at a huge each-way price. Expect John Egan to make that fitness edge tell. He's not the class of the field, but he's the fittest.
Interesting, yeah, good call out with the obviously having the run under his belt and the others making seasonal reappearance. Could be a big shot then, the Wizard of Eye in the Greenham. And then we've got the Spring Cup as well, the bread and butter, the big field handicap, the big betting race of the day. We've got Rogue Bear in here. He looks a bit short, but he won a cracker to be 3rd in the Lincoln.
Yeah, came down the stand side rail. I was amazed at that meeting that nobody hugged up against the fence. You know, quickest way home, get yourself on the paint and rally down there. But all the action was over towards the left. He stayed on in the closing stages. There's next to nothing between him and Irish Admiral. Plenty of these Etonians coming back. Caradoc, got to put him on the too difficult tray, haven't we? He's cost us an absolute fortune. Trey Fleur, another one. How well handicapped is he? I probably will end up having £1 or 2 each way on Trey Fleur as a bit of a saver, just in case that he goes and pops up. He's so well handicapped. I've got to say Irish Admiral. Stevie Donoghue was on board him when he ran up at Doncaster, said he just got caught out under dead conditions. We look set fair. By the time this race comes around, it should just be on the slightly better than good conditions, and that will suit him. So Irish Admiral, he's a good few points bigger than one called Rogue Bear, who they're punting off the boards.
Yeah, cracking renewal of the Spring Cup, obviously wide open as always. Let's head north then, Jason, to the Scottish capital and to Musselburgh, because we've got 4 races in front of the ITV cameras there as well. We kickstart with the Royal Mile, over a mile, funnily enough, for the 3-year-olds. And this, although there's 10 going to post, it does look wide open, as you would expect. Kevin Ryan had a good week, though, at HQ. A bit more close to home here. He's got Bacal.
Yeah, and he's probably going to sit towards the top of the market. Another expensive purchase, 325,000 guineas as a yearling. Been gelded, not seen him. He's also a maiden coming in here. Most of these have got victories on the board, but he looks as if he's on a decent looking mark. You're trying to find something that's going to step forward. Value Theory looked like he was going through the grades. Spirit Catcher, is he the first choice with Joe Fanning on board for the Johnson team? Little bit disappointed when we last saw him. And Bullet Force for Carl Burt was a £95,000 2-year-old. I've got to go right down the bottom again here. Sunday Justice for Connor Beasley and David Barron. Again, a big each-way player, won so comfortably, was sent off a red-hot favourite at Catterick, giving upwards of £10 and £12 to the other runners in the field. Got a bump early on at the start, never got back into it. The fact that Barron had it backed off the boards at Catterick was expected to give away all of that weight. Unknown quantity completely. Sunday Justice.
Yeah, and right down the bottom for the opener at Musselburgh. We move on to the 204 and the Silver Arrow handicap. I know you like other bats in here. He's done us a good turn in the past, but this 7 films at Musselburgh, the draw can be quite important with that short run to the bend.
Yeah, he's in 6 of 10. I think a good jockey can overcome a bad draw, can't he? And he's not that badly positioned. Connor Beasley gets a good tune out of him. He is a favourite of mine. That was an excellent run in the Lincoln, considering that the mile always seems to just stretch him out. I know that he was a major gamble for the Air Gold Cup, and he popped up, like you said, at a big price for us at Thirsk. But he has to be high on the list. Gobi Sunset, Marshall Dan, Guido, Geometric Ginty, all horses who like to go forward. The race looks as if it's going to set up for him to get the job done. 7 furlongs, decent ground. Everything is in his favour, isn't it? Another bat. Could be a decent day for David and Nicola Barron. It
certainly could, and you mentioned that because they've got a fancy in the Hollywood handicap as well at 239 with this Zarzini in the same colours as another bat, and you've got the winning machine that is Rarsel as well. Will continue his hot streak.
Yeah, some old favourites. Copper Knight, he'll be pinging along handy. Dakota Gold in last, ping away. Just another bottle. Fine Wine. Again, this looks loaded with so much pace. It's a really good 5 furlong track to ride from a jockey's point of view. You can get a bit of cover. It's also got a dog leg there that also opens it up as you run down into the final furlong and a half. Mackinac, how many more chances? Come on, he's got to pop up soon. The team are in good form. Julie Camacho, Paul Mulrennan on board. Very few of these, when you go through them all, are well handicapped. Copper Knight, he's got to come way back down, and then he'll go and absolutely bolt up at York again a little bit later on in the season. That's where he'll end up. Dakota Gold, 101. You're asking them to produce near to a career best. On the other hand, Mackinac is dropping down from triple digits to 97, and I think you'll get the race run to suit.
Yeah, good course record as well, Mackinac for Julie Camacho. Right, move on to the Queen's Cup as well. A 1 3/4, a heritage handicap. Looks wide open. One horse that I was quite keen on, maybe for staying trips this year, though, is Sir Rumi. Rosa Ryan started the season in great form, and he heads north for the ride.
Yeah, he bumped into a horse who was just in sparkling form, Raymond Tusk at Doncaster, 4 lengths behind that. Rosa Ryan going up to Musselburgh for his boss Ammo Racing for a few rides on the card. He looks an improver. He's got a fitness edge. You got last year's winner, the Max We Can. Ben Curtis comes in for a ride on the Mark Johnson team. Didn't think that was going to happen. after they had that little speed bump in the road, but he did win on him last year. And I go through the others, all are much of a muchness. The only one I can see has got a massive upside is Enemy. Massive run when last seen over in Dubai. Slowly away, doesn't want to give too much ground away over this particular track, over 1.6 miles. However, the booking of Danny Tudhope is a bit of an eye catcher to me. Real class rider in the saddle. He's not been with Ian that long. And the recent form of horses running straight off the plane has been very, very good. So Enemy for me, Ian Williams and Danny Tudhope.
There we are then, Enemy for Danny Tudhope and Ian Williams in the Queen's Cup. 8 races covered in front of the ITV cameras then on Saturday. Any idea of what would be your best bet on the cards, Jace?
I think Wild Beauty is going to take a world of beating, but she's very, very short. If you wanted one at a slightly better price, I think Stowell, Frankie Dettori, John Gosden, goes well fresh. And I think probably is going to be better than a Group 3 performer a little bit further down the line. So he's the one with the most potential.
Yeah, and don't forget, you got 2 stabs at the goals galore this week. So we've got full fixtures on Easter Monday as well as Saturday.
Cost me an absolute fortune. I'll be getting my shopping list as I walk out. They go, all right, yeah, Weaver's back in again.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, don't forget that. And of course, the World Snooker started this weekend as well. Thanks to Jace. You can see him on ITV this weekend at Musselburgh and Newbury. And whatever you're backing this weekend, as always, please gamble responsibly and the very best of luck.